I found the cleanest ERevo on Marketplace. Check it out. All right, let's take a closer look at the truck I just bought. Bought it used, 300 bucks. Super minty clean. I can show you guys what I saw. So, first things first, look at how not worn those out drives are. You can obviously tell this guy didn't drive it very much. Also, these turnbuckles here, these are silver and not black, so I can tell right off the bat that this truck is at least a couple years old. Right before they discontinued these turnbuckles were actually black. Another dead giveaway too is when you open up the battery tray, you can see how clean those stickers are. Those stickers are still there and they're still clean. This guy hardly drove it. The tires are not torn at all. I don't even think he ever took the wheels off at all. One of the most common things we see with these plastic drive lines is that a rock gets stuck in there and carves a groove, starts laving it. That's usually how they fail. I'm seeing this is pretty clean. First time seeing the teeth. Perfection. Just like the other diff, I'll go and tighten all the screws. Mintiest truck I have seen on Marketplace in a long time. All right, first drive with the Marketplace ERevo. Running for the first time in my entire hobby career, Traxxas LiPos, because they're included and I haven't changed the connectors yet. Using a Traxxas radio for the first time in what seems like forever. The only things I've done to this right off the bat is put a different ESC fan. I had a Rocket aluminum case fan in here, moving some air. Stock fans on these ESCs are kind of pathetic. It's probably all sentimental and not objective because this was the first RC car I ever had. Haven't had one for probably a year or so. Got rid of it for a XL1 because I wanted to try that experience. And long story short, XL1 stinks. And ever since Traxxas discontinued these cars, I've been on the hunt for a good, clean one. Took me until now to actually find one worth buying. Ooh, I don't like how this feels driving one-handed. There's so much trigger throw in the forward direction, so much distance, that if I wanted full brakes, I have to really stretch to that pointer finger. Yeah, I don't like how this drives one-handed. This will definitely be getting a Spectrum radio receiver AVC for sure. It's like the way this is designed, I either have to adjust my grip for steering or for trigger, but not for both. This body is basically just like pristine too. This body is brand new. Cage is in great condition. It falls right in place with the clipless system. You're not fighting it. Yep, sounds like an ERevo on impact, that's for sure. Yeah, this radio is tricky to drive one-handed. Ooh, brakes. Gotta really throw that trigger finger forward. Yeah, this radio is not easy to drive one-handed. I still think the easiest radio to drive one-handed, for anyone wondering, is a DX3 or an SLT3. They both kind of feel the same. Yep, it's an ERevo. I'm happy to have it back, but it's definitely going to be getting a new radio, or rather a new receiver, so I can bind it to my current radio. Yep, it'll traction roll, just like an ERevo. Suspension is really, really, really soft. I actually think it's a little bit too soft on the rear, a little bit too much squat in my opinion. If some preload gain won't help with that, I might put a stiffer spring on there. But yeah, I'm happy to have it back. Running the truck again, this time I bound a Spectrum AVC receiver. So I am running with my familiar radio, home sweet home, you could say. Added some preload to the front and the rear just a little bit. Haven't changed anything else. Let's give it another rip, because with the stock radio, it was so uncomfortable to drive one-handed that I wasn't really able to get it to do what I wanted it to do, because I'm just not used to it. But I need to adjust my trims. I need to adjust those link rods on the servos, center them up a little bit better. Pulling a little bit to the right, so I need some more left. 235. 35 I think will be all right. Yeah, I might put some stiffer springs in the rear. This thing is still squatting pretty good. But it definitely feels better to drive with this radio because I'm just more comfortable driving this one-handed than I am the TQI. Coming up soon, we're gonna have a Revo day for me because it occurred to me yesterday when I was putting it away on the shelf that I have all three versions. ERevo 2.0, the 1/16 scale, and a Nitro. So we'll do a back-to-back-to-back, enjoy all three, call it a little bit of a Revo day. A buddy of mine in the forums was quick to point out that the guy who didn't have a whole lot of nice things to say about the ERevo went out and bought another ERevo. Of course, he's talking about me. And he's absolutely right. Objectively, on its own merits, it's not a very good car. It's very compromised and very complicated. It handles funny. It's a little weird. Not a basher, not the most durable thing in the world, and I still stand by that. Now that I've gotten older and my appreciation of RC has changed over the years, the reason I decided to get another one, having not had one for a while, is purely nostalgic. Back in the day when these first came out, it hasn't been that long, and I haven't been in the scene for very long, but this is the car that I started with, and it's, you know, got some fun memories in that way. Even though it's not the greatest driving car in the world, you know, I appreciate it for the memories and planting that seed. So I had to have another one. Butter. So yeah, if you don't expect to drive this and don't want to drive this like a basher, and please don't, you're gonna break everything. If you don't drive it like a basher, don't expect it to be a basher, and also don't expect it to handle like a typical 8-scale truck, like a Truggy, right? Like a Creighton or your usual 8-scale suspects. It doesn't handle like that, and they're not as durable as that, but it does provide a unique experience. And I think if you can value that and appreciate that, these are fun and these are cool. I think part of the reason, if not the biggest reason, why I was recommending against these for the longest time is because I was in my basher phase and I was just beating on everything and exploiting the limits of what these can take. And I think I was kind of losing point of the experience that these are meant to provide, right? I think that's ultimately what it came down to. And now that these are effectively discontinued, I think they've entered the realm of cool like the old 6S E-Max did. So this may very well be in one of those never sell categories. And hopefully the motor and ESC can hold up to my matured level of driving discipline. It was bone stock, no modifications at all. Of course, it's a little bit dirty because I've gotten to it, but bone stock. It even came with 4 Traxxas lipos, 300 bucks, 300 bucks. Stole it. So check this out. I have added the modified sledge wing. I think that actually looks pretty sick. Cleaned up some of the wire management a little bit. I put a spicy motor, spicy fan in the ESC. That's what you're hearing. Stock servos, that's gonna change soon. Stiffer springs. I also geared it down because it's really hot. I also found too, because this is the original body, I found, because I used to have one. I used to have one of these. Sold it, missed it, got another one. I found the body reinforcement bits that you add to the top of the body in my pile of parts that I used to have for an ERevo. Let's go for a drive. 11 tooth pinion, down from 15. Still has plenty of power. I am running the Traxxas lipos. Now, some of you guys who know me and are familiar with my parts preferences will will be quick to call blasphemy on the fact that I'm using Traxxas lipos, but you know what? They're not terrible. And to be fair, the only reason I'm using them is because they were included with the car for the price. I would never buy a Traxxas lipo for full retail. Absolutely overpriced. Let's do a temp check. I know, it's really dusty here. Hot California, dry summers. What do you do? Yeah, still a little warm, even with 11.2. Welcome to our summers here. Plug. Yeah, everything looks good. I'm happy with it. For 300 bucks, stole it. Absolutely stole it. And you know what? Thinking about when I picked this up and I was working on it at home, you know what occurred to me? And I think I already told you this. These things float, and with enough power, they hydroplane almost as good as an X-Max. You know what that means? Lake day. Stay tuned. We're gonna run these cars today with no bodies because I didn't realize I forgot them until after I got to the park. So screw it, we're gonna run today without bodies. Make do with what we got. But we have a marketplace find, ERevo 2.0. Found it completely bone stock with 4 Traxxas lipos. Dude even had the box. 300 bucks. And I've already done some things to it. One of the servos died on me already, so the other one was kind of dragging dead weight. So I just replaced both of them with some save boxes that I had laying around. It's been really hot here lately, so I brought the pinion size down to 11. I also cleaned up some of the wire management a little bit. You can see that there. A modified sledge wing fits great with the body. I also put stiffer springs. Stock suspension has always been way too stiff in my opinion. Excuse me, way too soft in my opinion. Stock plastic drive shaft, stock plastic spur. I don't beat on these like I used to, so it should be fine. Greased up all my bearings. I might also put some paddles on this and take it to the lake because I actually miss hydroplaning this. Fun fact, these trucks float. So this would be a great option to hydroplane. We'll see if the stock ESC can handle the constant full throttle needed to actually hydroplane across a body of water. And I haven't done it in a while, so we'll see. We'll see. Go. Yeah. Today is actually a really nice day. Butt crack of dawn here. No fire smoke, thankfully. And today is the first day all year I've put on a hoodie. It's actually really cool this morning, about 65 degrees. Obviously, I could make do with a bigger pinion probably this morning. But I actually wasn't expecting it to be this cool this morning. Otherwise, I would have geared up. Yep, it's an ERevo. I've missed having one ever since they discontinued it. This is my first ever RC car, and I sold it for an X01, which was, long story short, not a good idea. Oh look, we have a special guest. The wife showed up. Nice. You must have noticed I left the bodies at home. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Don't look at my toes, they're dirty.
You tell me not to look, and I'm naturally going to look.
Don't look.
How are you? Good. I'm driving the... Here. You wanna drive it? Here. All right. Yeah. Let's have the wife drive the Revo. Hey, we got bodies. Look at that. Such a sweetheart. I picked the right one, fellas. I picked the right one. They give me a chance to drive this without worrying about... Yeah.
I just totally went on a whim. I didn't even ask what bodies you had. I just saw them on top of the kitty.
You did good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Did I make your day better?
Yes, you definitely made my morning far more interesting. I know, this thing is hard to keep straight because we're both so used to gyros.
Look at the dog. This is another dog, and look his stance.
Oh, he's pointing.
They both are. Look, that one is too. Look.
Oh, they must know
They
each
know
other.
each
They
other.
know each
That's
other.
so
That's
cute.
cute. Hey, don't steal my words.
Next time, let's not wake up at the ass crack of dawn, okay?
It's kind of nice. It just takes
morning coffee.
me a while to get like woken up. I can do better than that, you said? Let's get an action shot. Action shot of me busting my ankles. I wonder if there's a YouTube channel out there called Ankle Biter RC. That sounds clever. It's been a while since you've driven one of these. You want to drive it?
Ooh, much more my speed.
I know, it's been a while, hasn't it? You're way more smooth on the throttle than I am. You like hold one position and just go. There you go. There you go. Not bad, not bad. Ooh, a little bit of preload of oomph there. You're a natural. It's like this car is a lot easier to drive than the Mojave Grom. Of course, you can thank yours truly, me, on setting it up and getting it dialed in perfectly.
Oh. Thank you, oh wizard. Oh. Okay.
Look at my setup prowess has materialized. Fucking yeet it. This is not a YouTube channel for kids. Right on the edge of the rim, literally. You're good. Give it just a touch more throttle midair when you start to see the nose come down. There you go. Give it throttle only when you start to see the nose come down. Don't just hit the throttle like automatically. Only when the nose starts to come down. You got to pay attention to it. There you go. There you go. You're getting good.
I learned from the best.
Really? Who are you learning from?
Brad.
That's cold as ice. Who is Brad? Your yoga instructor? tough, I'm telling you. It's like the one short that I have on my channel that actually has me hitting those triples. It took forever to get that shot.
Oh, maybe. Oh!
Woo! Triple, yay! Not the smoothest in the world, but hey, proof of concept. Thanks for coming, baby, and bringing the bodies. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
This totally wasn't planned, by the way. I'm serious. I was mildly bummed out that I left the house, looked at my car, and found that, look, I don't have all the bodies for my cars. She's a keeper, guys. She's a keeper. I'm happy that I got my truck back. I know objectively it's not the greatest truck in the world. It handles weird. It's very complicated in its design. It's not the easiest truck to work on, but that's not why I bought it. This truck got me into the hobby, and I just had to have one back. And I'm super thrilled that I was able to find one that was so clean for reasonable money, batteries, bone stock. You already heard it. I told you all about it. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you want to tell me how silly of a purchase this was, feel free. Next time we're going to, maybe throw some paddles on this, have a lake day, and see if this thing can hydroplane like my memory remembers that it can. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.